Greetings, fellow traders. Bubble here. It's time for the lunchtime market update for Wednesday, March the 24th, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check and see where we're at the market here today. So SPX up 14 points right here. A little bit of rejection here of the upper Bollinger Band. Weekly chart still an inside week. Daily chart inside day still below the 80 MA. Hourly chart. Okay, the wave count gets a little bit tricky right here, but it is possible that we're in a 1-2-1-2 right here, which means the zigzag could potentially work its way down. We're starting to see some more downside action here going into the afternoon hours. Let's stay with the SPY and see how it is here. So SPY again, still low volume here today, so we'll see how that plays out in today. We've pointed out a bunch of great S&P futures moves, even though we're range bound today. Once we see that we're range bound and things are really choppy, right, we like to trade off of levels, right? And you can see here the levels that we had today were just fantastic, right after point of control, right off the signal zone, right at the point of control, right at the signal zone, right? So we're just playing ping pong right here. And how do we know that going into the open? Well, because of this. Right, so we were hoping that this was an A, B triangle, wave C, and that we'd just get the impulsive wave down here. But what they did is they started to expand it out here with the megaphone, got over the geometric line. So it's possible, like you said, like we were saying, that this is a 1-2-1-2. And so now we're basically looking at, it seems to be pushing near the downside. We're looking for short opportunities. We pointed out Apple short and a couple other short opportunities here in the group, but we're looking for follow through here to see if this wave really wants to get going. There's always going to be a wave retrace here to get back in if it gets started. So good stuff there. Sometimes catching wave 1 is fun, but then wave 2 is often a 618. So it's like, okay, it's fun for the first part, but then it's even funner to catch wave 3. So good stuff there. Again, still holding the geometric lines here on the MES. Let's say the Qs and see how that's looking here. So Qs already took out the lows. A lot of these names were looking like they were forming some nice harmonic setups here today. We were hoping that they would hold the 618, the 886 retrace, but they ended up flushing down below the lows here, which makes it tough, and it's too close here to be a shark pattern, which is kind of annoying. So we really just have to see if the buyers step up and the bulls step up and start to try to bring this thing up. Otherwise, we're going to keep that bearish wave count on our radar. The IWM today, guys, again, still back under the 15-hour high and could not. We said this morning in the bubble report, probably a good chance that we'd test the bottom of that channel, which we did, and watch for a rejection of that. And then now we're coming back down to exactly what we said in the bubble report, the geometric level line below. So really cool stuff there. XLF has strangely been hanging in here today, might even be triangulating, so it's a little bit tough. But if this thing really starts to break down, we may see the market really start with that wave 5 move. So that could be interesting. It actually might be now a wave 3 of 5. So we'll see how that goes. Apple, we pointed this out as a short idea here. It did give it a beautiful doji reversal here today. Perfect doji right here for the top. But we pointed out here, breaking through the 15-hour blow, and we're getting some nice follow through on that on Apple here to the downside, which is pretty cool. So good stuff there. Another one, Tesla. So Tesla, of course, keeping an eye on this one all day. This is giving some a nice dip buy opportunity right here, but then some bearish activity too. So good stuff there as well. Amazon, again, we were looking for a harmonic on this one. It didn't end up playing out, right? That's why we like to wait for confirmation on these things. But what a top call on that one there with the upper shadow and pushing down here on Amazon. Really nice stuff. Let's take a look at a couple other names right here. So Facebook, again, this was one of the first ones that really started to break down today with relative strength. Again, maybe a little bit stronger than Apple. I missed it, and I think that got me focusing on Apple, but I really liked what Facebook was doing here and still kind of working its way to the downside. It's pretty good stuff there. Boeing, again, had some relative strength at the open, but it lost it and is trying to bounce here off the 15-hour blow, but kind of pulling back here with the weight of the market as it continues to pick up steam here to the downside. Another one, too, that's generally been pretty weak here as well, again, down with Tesla really significantly here today, is NIO. We talked about this last night, kind of really tight ranges, and just has not been able to perk up, and it just has been getting beat up here today, too. So pretty wild stuff there. Let's take a look at the daily chart and see what we've got going on here. We've got a few chart requests out there. Really appreciate you guys sending those in. Again, keep in mind NIO there under the 80 MA. So good stuff there. Let's see. We got so Zoom. Let's take a look at Zoom here again. Completely gave up yesterday's gains. Back below the 80 MA. Lower volume, but still blah. Piton was on our bullish radar today. Completely gave up yesterday's gains. We're hoping it was going to try to get above a certain level here, but it basically just pulled right back to the 200 day. So that was pretty nasty. CG. Let's say hanging in there. I like it. So we're over the 80 MA. So looking pretty good there. Volume's a little bit blah here today, but it had a couple nice moves here recently. RKT, again, still just getting really, really tight down here. I imagine it's going to make a contraction to expansion move one of these days. But continue to keep it on the radar. See if we can get some volume above the 80 MA if it's ready to get going again. This thing maybe goes in little spurts and then is usually quickly shortable. INO again, pretty nasty right here. Nice breakdown off of yesterday's increased volume here below the 80 MA. So good stuff there. XL again, still getting followed through the downside under the downward moving 80 MA right here. So see how it does going into earnings. CCL. This was one that gave us some news today, right? Gave a little pop to the 80 MA, but an upper shadow off of that one. Apparently, there's the cruise line group convention made an announcement here, but ended up turning into a rubber band reversal off of that one. We pointed that out in the group today. So cool stuff there. And then FedEx. Let's take a look. So FedEx, this is interesting. It's finally starting to turn over. Okay, so it had a really wild day yesterday, but it is finally putting in a double top here intraday and turning into an inside day. So we had this on the bearish radar today. It finally hit one of our levels and looks like it's starting to kind of curl over here into the end of the day. So pretty cool stuff right there. Again, it wasn't an overnight idea, but it was one that we were looking at, for short setups today. It looks like it's starting to work here too. So good stuff there, guys. I really appreciate the requests, and we'll see you guys at the market wrap. And till then, stay healthy out there, and maybe risk first and stay safe. So you can stay in the game.